Fashion has always and is still reflective of our economic and societal status. We can date back time periods according to its popular styles and have allowed for communities to express both individuality and solidarity. However, the way we create and buy clothes have drastically changed. This change has allowed us to have clothes at a quicker and affordable rate. But what are we truly risking to have these practices be such a norm? Fast fashion is a term used in the fashion industry in regards to clothing that is cheap to produce and follows the trends of the time. These pieces are mass-produced and distributed by global clothing chains, some of these being ZARA, Forever 21, H&M, Gap, etc. Although to dig further, let's picture how clothing was produced before this change. Before the Industrial Revolution, garments were worn mostly as a necessity and were solely sourced and sewn by the owner or owner's relatives. This time-inducing activity was taken seriously, which shaped clothing to be seen as disposable as it's seen today. This was the case until the Industrial Revolution hit, causing for most aspects of life to be modernized. In this case, garments were able to be manufactured at a quick rate with newer materials, later concluding to the growth of cities and urban living. These cities would develop into having popular clothing businesses, in which people would conveniently buy clothes simply for its style. Over time, these ever-changing styles would be termed as trends, aka the root of fast fashion. Fast forward to today's fast fashion, the term fast fashion was first coined with ZARA New York, making it their mission to take only 15 days in getting clothes from its design stage to the racks in store. This practice expanded the 2 traditional seasons in fashion into at least 52 different micro-seasons, according to thegoodtrade.com. The milking of trend and the underlying fashion faux pas of outfit repeating has guaranteed money on these companies, which is why this system is still very much prevalent. Yet this prevalence has developed issues in our economic and environmental structure. To premise, we as humans are heavily reliant on our environment as it is to us. Our planet contains a finite amount of natural materials, and it's important to preserve the clean material and space that we have to sustain the lives currently in the present and down in the future. One of the most popular textiles, denim, requires copious amounts of water to produce. For a single pair of jeans, it is estimated that 2,000 gallons of water is used. Once the production process is over, all water used will be distributed back into the ocean. This implies that water containing dye toxins from chemically dyeing and microplastics from common synthetic fabrics like rayon and viscose are also invading the underwater ecosystem. Similar to plastic straws and plastic packaging, any form of this debris causes threats in underwater animals, with accidental consumption leading to staggering rates of aquatic death. Aside from the actual production process, the colossal amount of clothes that are being made have resulted in thousands and thousands of unsold inventory. These leftover pieces are grouped into several different processes in which they are to be disposed. A. Incineration. Most designer brands take part in this practice to preserve the looks of their company, and as a pro, it helps their brand. However, burning microplastics are proven to emit toxins into our atmosphere, and which endangers the air that we breathe. B. Shipped. A pro to shipping off our clothes to a developing country is that they overall have good motives. It's to support people in need of these garments. But the countries being received these clothes already have poor infrastructures and cannot handle the massive influx, which cause these huge landfills to be found in communities, pumping more carbon emissions in their community. C. Trashed at home area. This practice is convenient in the time. It allows for companies to prioritize their time in making collections that will make it to the next season. However, letting these clothes sit in landfills takes hundreds of years to degrade and takes up immense amount of space. Textile waste alone is 9.5% of general solid waste in the US. D. Donation centers and being resold. Allowing for unsold inventory to be resold is a pro, as it allows second life to clothes and ensures that it can be reworn. However, only a small percentage of this actually gets to be resold. With this, these processes are set up with so many long-term problems outweighing their short-term benefits. In order to reduce the impact of this environmental issue, it would be best to encourage minimal production and for companies to rationalize further where their clothing should go when unsold. To conclude, what are alternatives that we can partake in to learn more and solve this global issue? It's important to first change our mindsets and reduce our purchases, basically not buying out of impulse. You can also ask yourself mindful questions while shopping and understand what you already have. Supporting sustainable brands and thrifting are great, but the most sustainable item you can have in your closet are the clothes you already have. With this, enjoy and keep the clothes you do have. Invest in pieces you know you enjoy and maintain them well to avoid throwing them away. Use your resources to your advantage and do further research in your favorite companies and immerse yourself in understanding the lives of those affected in the industry. On a final note, this core and fast fashion of milking trends and money-making will reach its end toll on our world and our lives. We must listen and stick to our personal morals in purchasing our necessities, but remember it's always best to make fair decisions in regards to what is accessible to you. I hope that this video can give you a different viewpoint in buying clothes and can help you articulate your own choices in the future. Thank you so much for watching.